I welcome you to another Friday Tonic. We are still in a brand new year 2023. To God be the glory for counting us worthy to be among the living. There are many, many events of 2022, but God spared us, and here we are, glorifying God for seeing another new year. The new year is not even 1 week old yet, because today's Friday, the 6th of January. So we're still very brand new. I pray that all of us shall witness fresh start in this new year. But for us who have fresh start in this new year, there are 3 C's that we should follow: care, concern, and commitment. You need to forget about whatever has happened in 2022. Start a fresh start in 2023. And as you start in 2023, look for something to care for, to show concern, and to be committed to that thing. And your progress is sure. And Lord God is there for us, looking out for us. And we will ensure our sustainability. It will ensure that everything goes well with us. For those who are new to this my channel, my name is Josephine. I am your digital professor for learnwithjoes, this channel of knowledge economy. On Tuesday, I teach a course in so many areas of my specialization, philosophy of religion and theology. But Fridays like this, I talk or discuss on germane important issues that are beneficial to us. Today is one of those Fridays which I set it on for the weekend. And I'll be talking about children, because our children, they are our heritage. Children are parents' heritage. As a mother and a grandmother, I know what I'm talking about when I say children, their parents' heritage. We all get old at one point in time. And the way you have paved way for a bright future for your children is going to give you peace of mind, joy of the Lord in your old age. And that is why I'm going to speak on 21 ways to prepare our children for a bright future. We should guide them. We should not just be concerned with the food they eat. There are so many types of food: spiritual, physical, moral, economical, nourishment. There are so many things we need to do that will ensure we have children that have high integrity. We have children that have solid character. Things we need to do, 21 ways, to pave the way for a bright future for our children. Before I go on, let's join learnwithjoes, because that's our powerhouse, learnwithjoes. I welcome you back. Like I said, I'll be discussing today 21 ways to pave way for bright future for our children, because children are parents' heritage. And for those who are familiar with this my channel, they know that because some things are very important, and I want to affirm those things, I want you to know those things, I want you to remember those things, I share slices in form of PowerPoint presentation, because I don't want an excuse. Oh, what's Josephine saying? What's the digital professor saying? I can't hear that word well because of cultural pronunciation or diction at times. But when you can see yourself, you are following me as I speak and I talk. And that's very important. That's the main reason where at times I show my PowerPoint presentation on Fridays. I don't need to, because Friday is not for teaching, it's for discussing. You know, this is a kind of interactive discussion. Tuesday is another one because of teaching. Definitely, I will show PowerPoint presentation like in bullet points. But for Fridays, I want us to have interactive instruction to listen to what I'm saying, because it's beneficial to our lives, to our children, to our progress. But sometimes when I really, really want you to know what I'm talking about, either to jot down notes or to really put a stamp of authority and importance on that thing. Like today, I'm talking about 21 ways to pave way for bright future for our children. I cannot, if I start reading it out, before I finish up to the 21, you will have forgotten. But by showing you the PowerPoint presentation, you can jot down notes yourselves and know some certain things. So please follow me as I share with you my PowerPoint presentation on 21 ways to pave bright future for our children. "21 ways." Let me go back and let you know. Like I said initially, honestly, we parents, God has made us guardians for our children. And then we must put them in a position for bright future, because that's the only way we also can have peace in our old age. Let me start with the numbers 1 to 4. Be present in their life. Honestly, I know a lot of parents are living in a rat race. What do I mean by rat race? Everybody struggling to make ends meet. Father goes to work, mother goes to work. Sometimes if you have a nanny or house help, you leave them well. So if you don't have anybody, you just you take them to a place where they can stay, and then you pick them up late. You don't have time to be there for them. Some are away, some fathers are long away. I mean, I must say run away. They are so far from the children. They leave everything to their wives. And some mothers too, because of the kind of work they do, they leave everything to others. And the very best thing you can do, be present in their life. You need to be a right model. Nobody can be a model for your child or your children. You have to let them learn from you. Don't delegate your presence to your house help, to your nanny, to your relatives. Please try as much as possible to be present in your children's life. Number 2, shield them from trauma at home. When we talk about domestic violence is a kind of trauma that can actually hold back developmental progress for children. Trauma makes children hate being at home. When they watch mom and dad fight or their parents mistreat them, you know, maybe because of your condition or what you are going through presently, your span, your attention span is so short. And when they need your attention, they are talking to you, you just snap at them, you nag at them. Or maybe you and your husband, you are always quarreling, you are fighting for one thing or the other. This kind of thing do a lot of damage to children and their childhood. So you don't try as much as possible to avoid this trauma in the home. Instead of building their life, don't let that be your child. Please, shield them from trauma at home. The third way, be easy to talk to. Sometimes we are all guilty. You have something, I mean, you're a busy parent. Yeah, I know. And you are thinking of something at that point. And that's the time your child wants your attention, asking you, Mom, can you tell me so, or can you, especially with this social media interaction. Some mothers are so busy on social media, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and when they're doing it, they're not even concentrating. They don't know what to. They don't want to even listen to that. They snap on them. Leave me alone. I'm busy. I have so many followers. I want them to know what I'm talking about. They want that kind of thing. Be approachable. Let your children be able to approach you. Don't make your children scared of you, that they end up not sharing their questions, their challenges, their struggles, their experience. And that is why they go to the wrong person. And that wrong person might advise them wrongly. And then they take to either acquire drugs or they do something that they should not have done. So try and be approachable. Please be easy to talk to. The fourth one, model by example. Don't expect your children to behave well, talk well, if you do not do the same. If you are fond of cursing, every little thing, you are using your tongue negatively. You don't have praises in your tongue, but curses. You don't have blessings in your tongue, but curses. You don't show love or hatred. If you don't model by example, you don't expect those children to love anybody, to talk well, to behave well, because they are watching you. They are watching your actions. And that's why you have to model by example. Numbers 5 to 8. Be specific about the values you want to inculcate in your children. You have to be. Identify at least the 4 values you want to teach your children. Is it hard work? Is it integrity? Is it honesty? Is it respect? Is it diligence? Be specific. You can't be effective or measure it. If you are not specific, there's no way you can measure or effective that, oh, these children, they have learned the things you are telling them. So be specific. 6, speak life into them. You brought them to life as a mother and father. And in fact, science has taught us that even from the womb now, you can talk to the fetus. The mother and the father, they can embrace, they can show love, they can talk to the fetus right in the womb of the mom. So as you are speaking life into them, when you bring them forth as children, speak life into them. Pray for your children. If your children are not turning right, they're not doing well, are you praying for them? Do you have time to pray for them? Speak blessings on your children, especially even in their presence, not only at the back. Call out their greatness. Let them know they are made for greatness. They are made for great things. Let them know they can achieve anything they set their minds on, that they are achievers. Let them know that. Number 7, share your wins and failures. Some parents like to hide their failures from their children. You don't need to. You don't need to. Tell them your stories, true stories. Don't prop it up. Don't tell lies. Because the day they come to the knowledge of that truth that you are lying about, you have damaged their truthfulness. So tell them your stories and lessons you have learned. Your biography as the parent is powerful. Be genuine and vulnerable. Let them learn truthfulness from you. Number 8, give them room to make mistakes. Yes. You yourself as an adult can make mistakes. Anybody can make mistakes. So give your children room to make mistakes. Don't just shout on them. Do not beat them unnecessarily because they've made mistakes. Don't shield your children too much. Allow them to try their paths. Allow them to take risks. Allow them to experiment and talk with them about lessons they have learned and you have learned yourself so that you can learn together. Numbers 9 to 12. Teach them how to make decisions. Don't spoon feed them. Yes or no answers. Teach them to arrive at a yes or no answers. You will not always be in their life to choose for them. So teach them to learn how to be independent. A child should be independent from 4 years old. From 4 years, that child should be able to take care of him or herself, go to the bathroom herself, clothe herself, be able to go to the to change. I mean, go to the toilet and say to the Lord for go and do whatever he needs to do herself. And when she needs help, that child needs help, can call out. Teach them to be able to ask, I need help, when they need help. But when they can do it, let them learn how to do it themselves. So teach them to make their decisions. Number 10, identify their purpose and talents while they're still really young. When you see children prodigy, people with high genius, children they're talking, go and see what their children and their parents have done in their lives when they were very, very young. Teach them. You can teach a child anything from 4-year-old, even 3 years old are very, they can assimilate a lot of things to learn. Keep your children from wasting time, sitting on television, watching movies and everything like that. For children, it's wasting time. They should be able to learn and play, educative play games to learn, find out what they are great at, find out what they're passionate about, and support it early in their lives. It will give them a head start and help them form an identity. Number 11, teach them how to make friends. Your children should learn how to interact, discern people, make friends, and keep friends. A bright future will require networking, not isolation. When you are grown as an adult, one of the things that pave way for success in life is networking. So teach them to make friends and keep friends. 12, provide for them with a support system. Link your children to mentors, uncles, aunts, successful ones at that matter, successful uncles, successful aunts, public figures that you know, people within your own network who can add value to them. Let your children talk to these people, learn more from them. Let your child grow up in a community of people with pro-growth, not negative growth, but pro-growth. Numbers 13 to 16. 13, teach them to be sexually responsible. Yes, when your child gets to an age that he or she understands his biological anatomy, talk to such a child. Teach that child as a parent. Sexual abuse or misuse ruins destinies. Call a spade a spade. We have the biological sexual organs, the way they are called. Let them call it like that. Let them know. Let them be aware. So they will not be sexually abused in their young age. Teach your children how to control their sexual urges too, so that they will not be taken advantage of. Number 14, teach them how to have a good relationship with money. That is very good. If you expect your children to be wealthy, you expect them to have riches in their life, then start early in teaching them financial management. Expose your children to big money and big ideas at young age. If you have enough to give them as pocket money, let them start investing from young age. If they are too young, save for them. When the time comes for them to be able to play with that money, the money you have saved for them, let them invest. Let them take risk, good risk anyway. That's why they should talk to mentors who can direct them what to invest in, what they can do. Financial management, expose them, so they won't find prosperity foreign or a preserve for others. 15, be their biggest cheerleader. Don't criticize your children to the point they feel like a failure. Yeah, they might make mistakes, they might not getting it right initially, they might even be failing that, but no, be their cheerleader. Let them know they can do better. Let them know they are made for greatness. Celebrate their wins and progress, no matter how small it is. Number 16, discourage sibling rivalry. Yeah, there are sibling rivalry. Don't show favoritism. I know it might be hard for parents to, but I mean, they're all your children. You should love them equally. And if for one reason or the other, there's a preference somewhere, don't show it. Don't show favoritism. It ruins something. It brings around siblings rivalry. Don't make any child perceive you have favorites. Please encourage them to accept each other's uniqueness and be united. They are not the same. They have unique ways. So let them accept each other's uniqueness and let them be united. Teach them to respect each other. Respect starts from home. So teach them respect from home. Number 17 to 19. Give them fun memories. Honestly, at my age, I still remember some fun memories my parents gave me as a child, as a teenager. Good childhood memories make adults more confident about the future. Number 18, give them the best education you can afford without running into debt. I'm not asking you to go out borrowing or to run into debt, but give them the best education you can afford. As much as you can, invest in a good education for them. It complements your parenting. The best legacy, the best thing you can leave for your children is a good education. Number 19, teach them how to be inquisitive and industrious. Let your children love knowledge. Let them be thirsty for knowledge. They want to understand the world outside the classroom. Teach them that studying is not just to pass exams. They're not just to memorize, keep things in memory so they can pass. No, education is more than that. And that there are valuable lessons to learn outside formal education. So expose them to informal education as well. Numbers 20 to 21. 20, teach them how to handle rejection. Life is full of ups and downs. One cannot win at all times. There are bound to meet rejection at one point or the other. Rejection is part of life and will not subdue them. When you teach them to handle rejection, it will not subdue them. Teach your children how to accept closed doors. Let them know they should not cry over split milk. Let them know when any door closes, the next thing is, oh, what's next? What's the alternative? Moderate their expectations and pick themselves up. It's very important. 21, teach them discipline and patience. Teach your children that not everything comes easy. Through tasks and games, teach them to stay the course no matter how difficult. Teach them the importance of finishing wherever they start. And I want to end these things by showing you some very beautiful published books that are beneficial. They are quality spiritual books for Christian disciples. Learn the devices and entrapment of Satan and get your victory in Jesus' name. All these books are available on Amazon. Organic Faith and Discipleship by J. Bade. Satan is Not Omnipotent by Joesoboyejo. How I Experienced God, Encounter with the Devil. When you go on Amazon, there are other books of Joesoboyejo that you will find there that are very good. Analogy of Biblical Doctrine to Modernity is also on Facebook, on Amazon. And there are ebooks that even cost less than your snack money that you can get. If you can't get the hardcover or whatever, you can get the ebooks of some of them. And there are so many of them on Amazon. Just type Joesoboyejo or you type J. Bade, then you get some of these books from Amazon. I'm recommending them to you. Thank you. That comes to the end of the 21 ways. There are more ways, but those 21 are very important. I've been able to summarize them because there are things we need to let our children know, and it paves way for them for a brighter future. Have a fantastic weekend. Like I'm going to have a wonderful weekend. Have a fantastic weekend too. I love you all. Please always check my description link for my email where you can contact me for other things that might be useful to you, other links that you might need. And most importantly, if you're not subscribed, please click that subscribe button down. And if you have subscribed, you are not getting notification. It's because your notification button is not on. Turn on your notification button. I love you all. Have a blessed year 2023.